It's so funny because I saw something recently. I think Mark Zuckerberg's doing this new sort of venture where he's wanting to create more AI friends, or he's at least hinting around it. And again, it's always all in lieu of bringing people together. It's like, look, if you want to bring people together, organize a barbecue. Take
Right.
a ball to the park. That kind of still works as well. One of the things that I loved, and when we were speaking before, that you spoke about, and I know from your podcast as well, which I want to talk to you about. You've spoken about bringing people together, but people who have some want to work on themselves, have some humility. I think that in the modern dating world, it's very easy to kind of almost create this sort of wish list to Santa Claus of this ideal
Mhm.
partner that we really want. Where, of course, there's another aspect of this, which is, working on ourselves and, that we have our own flaws. Uh, how has that been working with people who have that sense of humility and has that more humble approach to dating? Has it been effective? And is that something you also observed a lot before? It's like, look, we need to have people who want to work on their own things as well.
Yeah, I don't think I thought about it too much because by nature of what I do as a therapist, I only talk to people who are wanting to work on themselves. And so I think I got a little bit lulled into thinking like, oh, doesn't everyone want to work on themselves? But in the dating world, they do not. um, I think I gave you an example from someone from our beta test group, but I'll give one from TV because that's more readily accessible. I just watched a show called The Later Daters on Netflix. It's a documentary about following these older 55 and up folks who are trying to date. And one of the guys on the show was in his 60s and seemed like a really nice guy, but he was, an older dude who obviously from the show drank a lot of beer. He had a big beer belly. And the dating coach was asking him, well, what do you want in a partner? He goes, well, she's got to be fit. That was the first thing he said. And I was like, okay. So often people are making this wish list to Santa Claus that you describe, and they're asking for things that they themselves don't bring to the table. And so, for example, somebody might say, I want someone who's really honest, but I don't want to tell them that I'm also dating three other people right now. It's like, well,
Right.
you're not being honest. How are you going to attract someone honest? So I see things like that a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's a really great approach because I have this sort of more cynical idea. Tell me if I'm wrong, on this. I kind of think, and again, I've been with my partner for 14 years, so a long time. So really, the dating apps hadn't even really begun when I was single. So I've missed this whole chunk, and I've got friends who are some are single, some aren't, but use the dating apps. I've yet to find anyone who finds it a generally a enlightening experience, right? Most people think, "Oh my God,
Same.
what a
Yep.
nightmare." And there's a lot. It ends up becoming a sort of necessary evil. Like, if you're single, you kind of have to use them. But I have this theory that with the dating apps, so many of them we sort of scroll through almost like we're looking for flat pack furniture, like on Amazon. And my worry and fear and sense is that it kind of dehumanizes the person, the whole process, right? We are as rich and as complicated as it can get. And looking for a partner is a rich, complicated thing, and we're full of our own nuances. What do you think of that? Is it desensitizing us a bit the way we sort of scroll through people? Or am I being overly cynical there?
I think you're exactly right. And I'm in the same boat as you. I've been with my partner for 18 years. And so I never did online dating. And I'm an extrovert. And so to me, when I first heard about it, I was like, that sounds so fun. Like you're just meeting people all the time. This sounds great. And I've now heard enough about it that I literally don't know one single person who thinks it's fun. Like you said, they think it's a necessary evil. But I do think that it desensitizes us because at first you're just looking at a photo, and if the photo catches your attention, then you might read a few lines about what they wrote. Or you might just be casting a wide net and messaging anyone who you think might be attractive. But I do think it skips over something that's really important, which is someone's personality could be completely different in person than what you see in
Mhm.
their photo or what's written down on a piece of paper. And so we're missing out on all those nuances that might attract us to someone.
Yeah, and it might not even be that they're trying to mislead anyone. They're not trying to catfish. They're just trying to put the best version of themselves out there, and they're missing actually some interesting aspects about themselves that are far better in real life if you just can meet the
Yep.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked about this on my podcast recently that I have a friend who, if you glanced at a photo of her, you would not think she was anything special. She's not unattractive, but she's just not that attractive. If you meet her in person, she is the most charming, charismatic person, and she gets dates in a heartbeat because she's so warm and so friendly and so captivating in person. And you would never get any of that if you just saw an online photo of her.